Florida. Of course. That's it! Oh my God, they've all been... How could I be so stupid? But wait, that means that in that case... Oh God, no, there's plenty of time. What have I done? No. What have I done? Mr. Green, get everybody into the drawing room. Everybody into the drawing room, at once. I think I've cracked this. Mr. Green. Yeah. You managed to get out of here, didn't you? Yes. Right. There's no time to lose.
You could make it. Of course, Harry, it's been far too long. And your cryptic message was so enticing.
Oh, all will be explained later. But on the phone, you said you and David had finally got to Florida.
That's right. Oh, 2 wonderful weeks exploring the Keys. Of course, we mainly focused on David's love of water sports.
Our renowned honoured guest, Detective Inspector Thorne. Meet Elizabeth Julia Swanson. Detective, I am thrilled to finally make your acquaintance.
Thank you, Lady Peregrine. Miss Swanson.
Elizabeth, please.
But it's just plain Michael Thorne now. I've retired.
There is nothing plain about you. That one about the poison stamps. Unbelievable. But let's go inside. Got to introduce you to our mystery guest.
Do you? Does anybody smell that?
No.
Let me introduce you to, what was it again?
Parkin. John Parkin.
Yes, our unexpected guest. So, I'm so grateful for all of you for being here today, but I bet you're all wondering why I asked you here. Well, I am finally writing a new book. But I'm venturing away from my usual histories and attempting a murder mystery. And all of you are going to help with my research.
Really, Perry? How much help could I possibly be?
Elizabeth, darling, your expertise is going to inform motive. All those political and celebrity intrigue, all those secrets. But enough of that. I want to know about your latest whistleblower.
Oh, honestly, Perry, it's all hush-hush. No, I'm determined to put a stop on the press. I mean, at least until after I've organised the Environment Gala.
So are you gonna put your influence into a cause, or is it just about the look? I mean, it must make you look good, to do something like that.
Well, it certainly doesn't hurt. Does it, Perry?
Well, if you're talking about the Peterson case, that's all sorted. It's fine now.
Excuse me, you don't mind if I just get a glass of water?
Of course not, dear.
Thank you, Mr. Green. I think that's better now.
Is there anything else I can do for you, miss?
No, that's all for now. Mr. Green, you know you can count on me to be discreet about last Thursday.
I know, Lizzie. I'm sorry. I mean, Miss Swanson. Well, if there's nothing else I can do, I'll get back to the kitchen.
Elizabeth. Oh, sorry, Miss Swanson.
Were you listening?
Of course not. but I was hoping to pick your brain about the business with Lady Peregrine. All in the best interest of the public.
All in the best interest of your pocket, you mean? Maybe I should be telling the public about the letter you leaked regarding the Peterson affair.
Is that a threat?
You deserve everything you get, Parkin. You stink.
Niglaria fowleri, I think that's what it is. I was fascinated. I thought it might make for an interesting plot device. Enters through the nose, apparently. Not a poison, but they're a little overdone.
Miss Swanson, are you all right?
I don't know. I just feel rather dizzy.
I was going to suggest we go back to the drawing room. Come on, you'll be more comfortable. Don't try and talk, Lizzie.
Can't you see? She's having a seizure. Do something.
Lizzie? Somebody start CPR.
Someone call for an ambulance. Someone call for a bloody ambulance.
We can't. Lady Peregrine had a signal jammer installed before you all arrived.
A signal jammer? What in hell?
They're illegal. Signal jammer? What were you thinking, Lady Peregrine?
Didn't expect you to find out. We were all going to be divulging sensitive information. I wanted to keep us safe.
Then turn it off.
I can't. I don't know where it is. Mr. Green.
Well, it was my friend, but I wasn't here when he fitted it. So I don't know where it is. And before any of you ask, there is no landline. However, I could leg it to the neighbours.
No one is to leave this house without my permission.
What?
I've been on many crime scenes. This smacks of foul play. I believe Miss Swanson has been poisoned.
Poisoned?
Then call the police.
Stay where you are, Mr. Green. I said no one was to leave. I may be retired, but I can still get to the bottom of this mystery.
You can't do that.
I can. Well, my name isn't Michael Thorne. Detective Inspector Michael Thorne. Huh?
But Lizzie, we can't just leave.
Sorry, I cannot allow anyone to leave. I can't risk a guilty party absconding.
Do you really think that this is a murder?
What? Yes, absolutely. Murder. Well, must be.
What possible motive could anyone have to harm Miss Swanson?
I don't know. That's why I'm investigating.
Oh, well, if I could be of any assistance.
Thank you. That would be very kind, Mr.
Green, sir.
Green. Yes, of course. Thank you.
Allow me.
Thank you.
Would it be all right? Shall I do it for you, sir?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Old hands. Now, tell me about these people.
So, first, there's the lady herself, a writer. Oh. And she's also my employer, so I can't say any more. You'll have to speak to her yourself.
Very well then. And?
Oh, Parky. Well, he just sort of turned up unexpected. Claimed he had a proposition for Lady Peregrine and was promptly invited in.
Interesting. Now, what can you tell me about Elizabeth?
Oh, Miss Swanson. She's always looking out for those less fortunate than herself. And I can't imagine why anyone would want to do such a thing. She was loved by everyone. Although
what? Come along, man, spit it out. You can't hold back now. This is murder.
well, I did happen to see Miss Swanson and Park in the hallway. She was not very happy with him. Before you ask, I didn't hear what they were saying.
All right. I think it's about time we started interrogations. Individually. Now, what have I done with my notepad?
Sir?
Right. The study, I think, Mr. Green.
Mr. Thorne?
No.
The other way, sir.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Perhaps you'd lead the way.
Of course, I'll do whatever I can to help. Elizabeth was one of my dearest friends.
Any further connections with Miss Swanson?
Connection? No, never met before today.
Well, I used to take care of Miss Swanson when she stayed on the grounds in her youth.
And more recently?
Well, I was in a spot of bother and Elizabeth was going to help me out.
Care to elaborate?
Well,
Big scandal, that's what I heard. Actually, I wanted to ask Elizabeth more about the juicy bits.
Look, I'm trying to get this into my head, so please repeat what you said.
you heard me quite clearly, Detective. Elizabeth was going to lend me money, and that is incredibly embarrassing for someone of my status.
That's what Elizabeth told me. Lady Peregrine has broke the bank. Piles of debts.
I couldn't be in that state. It would have ruined my reputation.
Really? More than after the Peterson case?
Well, I was hoping to move past that. How could I have known? All those families.
Now, the signal jammer. Perhaps you'll answer me this. Where were you in the hour before Miss Swanson's demise?
Can't remember. Look, I might have asked her what she knew about Lady Peregrine.
I was talking with you.
And before that?
What is this, Mr. Thorne? I didn't kill her.
Detective Inspector Thorne!
I thought you were retired.
You will admit you had a clear opportunity while you were preparing the drinks.
Well, yes, I suppose so, but...
I've already told you. I would never.
Look, if I was going to kill her, I would have never used poison.
It seems to me that they've all got rather good alibis. What do you think?
Well, I think I'm leaning towards that John Parking. I mean, he seems the most likely.
No, being the most likely doesn't mean he did it. Sorry, Mr. Green, say again.
I didn't say anything, sir.
Oh, could have sworn. No matter. Do you know why I became a detective? The mystery. Using the little grey cells. Some of my colleagues did it because they wanted to help, to make society better, but me, no. Always a mystery. Every case I was assigned to, a new puzzle opened up for me, and to be able to keep all those balls in the air and tie up the loose ends and keep your eye on the detail, that I was proud of. People said super brain. Super brain. Anyway, Mr. Green, today's problem seems just out of reach.
You know what? I say it was Mr. Green in the library with the candlestick.
Mr. Parkin.
Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. I mean, Mr. Thorne doesn't have a clue of what's happened here.
Inspector Thorne is one of the greatest detectives of our time.
Please, he's retired. And the old man's lost it completely. I mean, okay, look. Let's just send Mr. Green, okay? We can hang on to his wallet.
Sorry for the delay, but we've made some very interesting discoveries.
Okay, well, get on with it then.
Right, yes, of course. I
told you he's got nothing.
Now, just a minute.
Mr. Thorne, Michael, we were just wondering if we should send Green to contact the police. You're going to need a serving police officer if you're going to make an arrest.
Very well. Right. Mr. Parkin, now you being here at all is a little strange.
Don't know what you mean.
Well, let's just think about this, shall we? You turn up, out of the blue, on the pretext of a business proposal.
And? That's not a crime.
Of itself, no. But you were witnessed having a quarrel with the victim. Now, did she know something? Was she blackmailing you?
No, of course not. Look, I've already told you I was just after information.
First a businessman, now a journalist.
No, wait.
Oh,
What?
come off it, Parkin. Pull the other one. You're a second-rate scam artist.
No. Okay, all right. See, I wasn't the killer, okay? What about Jeeves?
Mr. Green?
I mean, he had the perfect opportunity. He was the one who was serving the drinks. He could have easily slipped something into it.
Quite right. No motive.
In that case, it must be her.
Me? You can't possibly insinuate.
I suppose Miss Swanson could have refused your plea for financial assistance.
Ridiculous.
There's more to this Peterson affair. And it's obvious Miss Swanson knows all about it, which gives you opportunity, motive, and means.
But I wouldn't. Elizabeth, my friend, I couldn't.
No. No, I don't think you could.
So what? We're back to square one now?
So it would seem.
Detectives, maybe there just isn't a plot against Lizzie.
I can't think straight! Oh, his bloody case. What is it I'm not seeing? Mr. Green, read through my notes again. Mr. Green. Excellent. Mr. Green has been sent off to get the police, hasn't he? The real police, the police that still have their warrant cards, the police that have not been discarded and forgotten. Well, Thorne, my boy, you must get on with it. You won't want people saying you're obsolete. Oh no, you don't want people saying, oh, that useless detective Thorne, he couldn't even solve the mystery at Peregrine Manor. Right. Lady Peregrine. Opportunity, means, it's her house. Motive, not convincing. John Parkin, now, plenty of motive. Money, blackmail, you need to check on that. Mr. Green? Mr. Green, no motive that I can think of, but he was preparing the drinks. Person or persons unknown? Unlikely. Nothing. Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. God, this does not add up. Have I got this wrong? Perhaps they all killed her. But Agatha Christie. Or perhaps Lady Peregrine is right. There is no plot to kill Lizzie, only her plot device. Her plot device. Microbiology. Florida. Of course. That's it! Oh my God, they've all been... How could I be so stupid? In that case, but no, you can't. Oh, no. What have I done? What have I done? Oh. Mr. Green, get everybody into the drawing room. I think I've cracked this. Mr. Green, you managed to get out of here, didn't you? No time to lose. Well, I'm sure you're all wondering why I brought you here.
You're gonna tell us who did it? Well, come on, think. We know we've seen a murder mystery before.
Oh, perhaps we're not all wondering, Mr. Parkin. There's something about this case that has had me stumped from the very beginning. I can't quite put my finger on it. But you know the strange thing about this case? The strangest thing about this case is there is no motive. There is no reason for there to be a murder. It doesn't add up. Until I realised who the culprit is. Me. I am the culprit. I'm the guilty party. I am to blame. Oh, not for Miss Swanson's death. No, I'm sorry for that. But in all my years, I have never made a mistake this big before.
Then who did kill Lizzie?
Not who, Lady Peregrine. What? You see, today I have heard two things that have lodged deep in my brain and have been nagging at me ever since from the shadows. As soon as I let them rise to the surface, everything became clear. Elizabeth Swanson died of a rare contagion formed by swimming in the rivers of the warm, sunny Florida. A useful plot device, Lady Peregrine.
The perfect habitat for that brain-eating amoeba.
Indeed. Nigglerae fowleri.
Bit of a quick death, wasn't it? I mean, she didn't have any symptoms, right?
Now you come to mention it. She had complained of a sickness bug. And she told me she'd fallen a few times.
And when I saw her outside, she said she could smell something. I smelled nothing, which I now believe was an olfactory hallucination.
It's not infectious, is it?
No, Mr. Parkin.
Then what are we all still doing here? You stupid old sod.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Down to my pride, my hubris, my ego, if you like, that's why you've all been kept here. I felt redundant. An old detective past his prime, forgotten. Then, when Miss Swanson died suddenly right in front of us, I saw my chance. My chance to prove to the world that Michael Thorne was still important.
Of course you're important. Your career is historic. Those cases will live forever. You have nothing to prove.
Perhaps I needed to prove something to myself. The past months, I've been lost. Oh, things were changing. I was getting old, but then it got worse. Became more forgetful,
Oh, that comes with age, I know.
muddling my words. I'd find myself in places I didn't recognise and had no idea why I was there. And then, one day, I found the kettle in the bloody fridge. So I took myself off to a doctor, and then a specialist, and then...
A diagnosis. Dementia.
Well, that explains a lot. Why nothing's added up?
I understand your ill will towards me, and I have no excuses. At home, things are more organised, and Watson helps you through the day.
Who's Watson?
My cat.
The police are on their way, sir. I'm sure they'll understand.
More than a stupid old man deserves.
Detective. Your brain might not have solved a murder, but it did solve a mystery. It solved poor Lizzie's death. You put all those little pieces together. None of us could have done that. Even with dementia, your brain is that good.